Yes, this is beef and broccoli, but a souped up version that is so tender and so much more tasty than usual. This is my ultimate beef and broccoli. Beef stir fries often get a really bad rap, and deservedly so, I think. The beef can often be really dry and tough, and what a way to kind of waste a really beautiful cut of steak, I think. Beef's expensive, so let's treat it properly. So I'm going to show you exactly how we can get that beef beautifully tender and soft and glistening in this special version of beef and broccoli. Okay, let's start off with the beef. Now I am using a tender cut. I've got a strip loin here. Rump is good, porterhouse is good, ribeye is good. You could do a flank steak as well, which is a secondary cut, but really great if you slice it really thin. Because this is a tender cut though, I'm going to go a little bit chunky for this one. Kind of like a chunky beef in my beef and broccoli. I do like to slice slightly on the diagonal though. I find that gives us a more tender piece. Now the marinade is uber important here. One, it's going to add the flavour. Two, it's going to do the tenderizing for us. You'll see. So I want some soy sauce first of all. And some Chinese Shaoxing wine. Now if you want to leave your dish alcohol free, just leave this out. You could add in like some pineapple juice or apple juice just to give you a little bit more of a floral fragrance. And then here come the little secret ingredients. Some corn flour. Corn flour is going to kind of mix with the liquids in here and create a kind of silky, glossy texture, just coating the outside of the beef. And then for the tenderizing and browning part, we're using some baking soda. So the baking soda is an alkaline ingredient. That is going to help with the browning process. Also helps to tenderize the meat as well. Just don't leave this to marinate for too long. Baking soda is pretty powerful stuff and it will affect the flavor of the beef if you leave it, say, for 4 or 5 hours or overnight. Only needs a couple of minutes. Now for the stir fry sauce. So I want a base of oyster sauce. Some soy sauce. Now you also want some dark soy sauce here to give you a beautiful colour. And then here's a little special ingredient, salted black beans. So Chinese salted black beans, they generally come in jars like this. If you open them up, you can see this is what they look like. They're dried, quite firm. And what you want to do is rinse them under running water. And then I like to finely chop them just so they're kind of seep through into the sauce a little better. And that's what they look like there. So this is going to add like a really lovely saltiness and savouriness to the sauce. If you can't get a hold of them, just leave them out, it's fine. It does add a little extra dimension though if you can get a hold of them. And now I want to temper all of that saltiness with a little bit of sweetness. So I've got some sugar and now some vinegar. And just these little extra tweaks, like the little bit of vinegar, the little bit of sugar, that's going to give you a really beautiful balance of flavours. Now a little bit more Shaoxing wine and a little dash of black pepper. Just give that a mix. Okay, a couple more aromatics that we need here. I want some ginger. Peel that. And I want some fairly fine slices here. And now cut those into little strips. Now I'm also going to add some dried chilies. I love the colour and the little pop of kind of dried heat that they bring. And our final aromatic is garlic. So now we're ready to stir fry. Just want some oil in here. My garlic. Ginger and the chilies. And already that smell of the garlic and the ginger and that little bit of a tickle from the chili, it's already got me very excited. Now in goes my beef. And the trick here is to get that beef spread out in the pan really quickly. I want as much heat coming into contact with as many pieces of beef as possible. And I also want to leave that beef just to sear on the first side before I start stir frying and mucking around with it too much. I think one of the things with cooking in a wok at home is the heat is just not as ferocious as it would be in a restaurant. So rather than stir frying the whole time, you kind of got to give the heat a chance to really start browning and searing the meat. All right, toss that through now. Okay, again, spread that beef out, let the heat work its magic. And by timing the addition of your ingredients, you can save on that kind of, stir frying the meat, taking it out, putting back in. So before my beef is all the way cooked through, I'm going to add in the broccolini. And I'm using broccolini just, for an aesthetic kind of thing rather than broccoli today, but regular broccoli is fine. Okay, toss that through. Get some baby bok choy here as well. And now I'm going to add my stir fry sauce. Now this is where the magic really happens. So the sauce is going to turn all glossy and thick. It's going to coat that beef. And now when you take a look at that, that beautiful color, that beef. Some plain rice is good with this. The sure does smell good. Let's have a look. Wow. I mean, that just takes stir frying to a whole new level. And it's so great to eat a beef stir fry where the beef is beautifully tender. The texture is so phenomenal. And just that little addition of, the black beans and then that little bit of sugar, a little bit of vinegar, all of those little things just make this one very special dish. I better eat some greens as well. Even the broccoli tastes great. If you've got any comments or questions, pop them below. And if you enjoyed the video, why not hit that subscribe button plus the little bell one, and that way you'll get notified every time I release a new video. Thanks guys.